yesterday I was doing my workouts, and I get frustrated with them, but, like, normally I just push through it and it's whatever. And yesterday, while I was working out, I just hit such a low, such a rock bottom, god-awful low in the middle of my workout that my trainer, Tara, was just like, you're done for the day. You're done. I was doing, like, suicide shuffles, which are brutal. And, like, the other day I just worked out all of my quads and stuff, so my legs were sore, and they were burning as I was doing the shuffles. And, like, I had to stop halfway on the way there, and I just screamed. Like, top of my lungs, screamed. And then I kept going, and she was like, if your legs are burning, just stop. And I was like, no, I hate starting anything and not finishing it. And I kept going, and it got to the point where I couldn't breathe. Like, I have asthma, and I stopped breathing. Like, I couldn't breathe, my legs were burning, my lungs were burning, and I still, like, I finished it out, and when I got to the end, I just nailed the cone, like, kicked it against the wall, like, freaked out, couldn't breathe, started having an anxiety attack because I couldn't breathe and I was so overwhelmed, and I, like, ran into a corner screaming. Like, not screaming because I couldn't breathe, but, like, you know, not upset, or, like, not happy, like, thoroughly upset, and, like, I got there, and I was, like, I started crying, and I just couldn't, like, get control of myself, and it was freaking me out more and more and more and more, and, like, my trainer couldn't get a hold of me, like, she couldn't get me to take my inhaler, she couldn't get me to do anything, and, like, luckily, Rue came running over and was just, like, pushed her out of the way, took control of the situation, like, got me to breathe, got me to calm down, and, like, she's just, like, she was like, what were you thinking? Like, why would you ever keep going if you couldn't breathe? And, like, I honestly have, like, no explanation. Like, it's just to the point where if I don't have something to do, I feel like I'm about to explode. And if I feel like if I push through everything, then maybe I'll survive it. And, like, I feel like it all just came, like, everything that's been bothering me just came out in the middle of my workout. And, like, it's just it's a lot to deal with, having to sit here and, like, think about losing somebody that you love, like, having somebody you love die, and then the fact that I have zero time to, like, just sit still and, like, enjoy anything, and that I'm exhausted all the time, and I just, like, it's hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. But at this point, I'm like, this whole thing is so beyond me. Like, for me to tell Tara right now that I don't want to do it anymore, which, like, I do want to do it still. But, like, at this point, I just feel like I'm like, I have no me time, and there's so much that she's asking of me, and for me to be like, I can't do this, is not fair to everybody else who's going to benefit from it. And there's going to be a lot of people who benefit from it. We found out today, 2 in every 100 people, 2 in every 100 people, it does not fit the binary of male and female. That's a huge number. That means that on this campus, there are 10 people who do not fit female or male. 10. Like, it's a huge amount of people in the world, and this doesn't just affect me anymore. Like, if I stop now, it affects so many more people. And that's the one thing, I think, that keeps me going through it all. Like, if this was just about me, if this was just about my right to participate in sports, I'd be like, forget about it. Like, I'm not gonna agonize this much over, like, playing soccer for one more year. Like, yeah, I love soccer, but, like, I'm physically, emotionally, mentally, totally exhausted. But it's worth it, because maybe in 3 years, somebody will get to play soccer and they won't have to go through this. And that's phenomenal. I wish somebody had done it for me. I can't say any more than that. Like, I wish I had been able to play soccer. I wish I had been able to finish my season, but I mean, my happiness is definitely more important than the sports team. So it's just a lot. It's been a week. So that's pretty much my emotional roller coaster of life.